Hey everybody, Drew here from Pella Cars. Absolutely honored to bring you guys this beautiful 2011 Acura MDX all the way up from Orlando, Florida. This is as clean as it gets. This car is literally like new, inside, outside, and underneath. It's mechanically perfect. It's had the same owner for the last 10 years, and they did everything at the Acura dealership, right down to like the air filter for the engine and the air conditioning. They were there about every 3 months, and they just did the works. It's perfectly maintained. It has 103,365 miles on it, and in this video, I'm going to point out every little flaw it does have. Of course, it is a 2011. It's virtually perfect, but there's a couple little small things you wouldn't see in the pictures. So if you want to buy it online, you could do so confidently, or of course, we'd love to meet you in person. This way, there will be no surprises when you come for your test drive. So up front, there's like the occasional little stone chip there. You know, very, very minor stuff like that. There's a little bit of discoloration on the screen for the radar cruise control, which we'll talk about a little bit when we're inside the car together. That's just a smudge there. The hood is in perfect shape. No flaws to speak of on this side. There was a little scuff on the mirror, but for the most part it came off. Back to maintenance. This car has Michelin tires on it, and that might seem insignificant, especially because they're due to be changed, and we're going to put new ones on it before it gets picked up. But this is the most expensive tire offered by an Acura dealership, and instead of going with a cheaper tire, you know, given the age of the vehicle, they bought the most expensive one. These tires, being almost all the way worn out, also tell us that the car has no suspension issues. They've always been rotated, and the alignment is good. So of course you'll know that when you drive it, but if you don't drive it, the tires, they tell you a lot. So again, it'll come with new tires for you. No flaws to speak of on this side. Until we get to the back, there is a tiny door ding right there. And pardon, my hands are a little bit dirty from work today, but tiny little door ding right there, and a little bit more of a noticeable one there. In the back here, amazing shape, except just a couple small scuffs or scratches from luggage, and those will be touched up. Still noticeable if you knew where they were, but once there's some white paint in there and a little bit of clear paint over the top of it, it will be hardly noticeable. While we're back here, it's a great time to show you guys underneath. That is, as you see with your own eyes, just absolutely incredible. Orlando, Florida, that's about, most people, you know, probably know this, but I'm like a geography nut, so maybe I take that for granted. Orlando's halfway down, and they get maybe a couple snowflakes once or twice a decade. I mean, they've never had in modern history like an accumulation of snow that people were out driving in with salt on the roads. That just doesn't happen there. So a Florida car, they just, unless it was somebody that drove north a lot, they're just simply not exposed to the things that destroy our vehicles here in Rochester. Most of our inventory is from Maryland and Virginia, which is, you know, pretty darn good, but Orlando is just, it's never been exposed to anything but sun and rain. So on this side, there are no flaws to speak of whatsoever. Again, it's an abnormally perfect car. It was loved by its previous owner, who again had it for over 10 years and did everything at Acura. The only thing you'll see here is some of my own dirt, which I apologize for driving it here to shoot the video for you guys, but inside is perfect. The leather seats, this is a pretty uncommon leather color for this car. I've only actually seen one myself, and this is it. It's out there, but just not common. The center console, as far as flaws, by the way, that really jumps out in the video. It's not as bad in person. I think it's a lighting thing, but that's discolored. It's very common. Acura is made by Honda, and this era of Honda's, all the center consoles, like in the Accords and everything, they delaminate, and that's clearly been reupholstered. If that's a deal breaker, by the way, I'm sure we can probably have it reupholstered again in black, which is would just blend in with the rest of the center console there, but you could tell there's a slight difference. And again, it's much worse as I look at it with my eyes around my camera, much worse on my camera, but it's better than if it was like falling apart or something, right? Doors are in absolutely perfect shape. This car is loaded with features. It's got blind spot monitoring, memory seating. The steering wheel is electric, tilt and telescope, which is memory as well. It goes back to where you left it when you put the key in. It's got Bluetooth, radar cruise control, which again, you set the speed you want to go, and if somebody in front of you slows down, it slows you down and then speeds you back up. Only downside of that is if you don't realize they slowed down, you want to go 70 and then you realize you've been going 55 for a while, kind of thing. But of course, it's got super handling, all-wheel drive, vehicle stability control. That's a critical feature. The Insurance Institute for Highway Safety stated in 2006, actually, that if every car in America had that, there'd be 10,000 less single-car fatalities per year, meaning cars that go off the road and people are killed by that accident. Not, of course, accidents with other cars, but like off-the-road accidents. This makes the car much, much, much more stable on slippery roads. You'll also notice they opted for the all-weather mats, which is funny because where they come from, the only weather is sunshine and rain, but those will be super handy in Rochester. It's got, of course, power seats on both sides. It's got a comfort mode, which takes it out of its default sport mode. Heated and cooled leather seats, which is awesome. The stereo in this thing is incredible, and the navigation is very easy to use and ahead of its time. The back, there is no flaw to speak of other than that little scuff right there. These are an aftermarket feature, of course. These are DVD players in both of the headrests, and the original headrests are included. I'm going to walk around the back here. By the way, they never even peeled off the protective film on the door sill here. I will leave that satisfying experience for you if you're the one who buys it. Out back here, so the third row, which actually I'll show you that first. The third row in this vehicle, this is just my opinion, but it is more for, this is like a family of 5 car that has the occasional rear passenger. This would be pretty tough to, at least with little kids, we have 4, to use that third row every time, but it is very roomy. I'm 5'7" and I'm comfortable back there. Maybe not to drive it back to Florida, but it's a very comfortable third row, and it leaves a decent amount of cargo space behind it, which we'll get to next. By the way, only the passenger side or right side seat has that easy entry feature to it. But the third row folded down, so let's see here, it should give you an idea. This cargo mat's extra. It should give you an idea of the cargo space you've got behind it. Not all that much, but enough. And then with the third row folded down, there is an incredible amount of cargo space. Flip that back. Seatbelts in the way there. Pardon me. Seatbelts in the way on both sides. Not sure those are designed to stay. There we go. Okay, cool. So massive, massive cargo space. You could Google the actual cubic feet, but it's very, very impressive with that third row down. And again, here's the original headrests for the front if you don't want the DVD player feature. So that's a power tailgate. Super nice if you shoulder issues or slightly vertically challenged like myself. Just press the button and it closes for you. Again, there's the original trim. Absolutely incredible. We buy cars in Japan and a lot of them come that look like they've never been used like that, but it's very rare in an American car, especially this age. So inside, back to the inside, take you for a ride here. Go over a couple more features. Let me zoom out. So it's one key, unfortunately, but and these are memory keys. So if you get another one, you have like a driver, this is driver 1, there's a driver 2 key, and it automatically, when you unlock it with, like say it's like a husband and a wife kind of thing, you unlock it, husband unlocks it with his key, the seat, goes to where he drives with it, and steering wheel, mirrors, all that jazz, maybe mirrors. A lot of cars with this feature, a lot of Acuras with this feature include mirrors. I'm not sure about this one. And then if driver 2, or the wife in my example, comes along and unlocks it with her key, everything moves to where she wants it. So this is a 3.7 liter V6, which is extremely stout. It is basically a larger version of the legendary J35 that Honda's been building for years and years. It's in their minivan, it's in their SUVs, it's even in their just under $200,000 Acura NSX supercar. So just absolutely incredible motor, really powerful. We're going to take it for a ride here. It's got Bluetooth, again, the radar cruise, killer stereo, moonroof, all of that. It drives like a brand new car. Here, I'll show you guys before we... so the address entry is pretty intuitive. You like rotate here to pick your letter and then press it, and the more you put in, the more it intelligently eliminates things that wouldn't work and eventually just suggests what you're looking for on its own. So very, very intuitive. I'm going to get you up to some highway speeds here. It's very powerful. It has 300 horsepower, which I imagine is more than enough even with, you know, all 7 people in it and some luggage and maybe a rooftop carrier. So we'll show you a little bit of that now. Plenty of power. That's by no means getting all the way on it. So basically we're at highway speeds now. I'm just going to take my hand off the wheel, straighten up first, take my hand off, if I could get it straight, there we go. Hands off the wheel, going to hit the brakes kind of hard. There's no shaking, no shimmying, no pulling, nothing like that. It drives as good as it looks. So, of course, if you've seen enough and you want to buy this car, you can do so online through www.pellacars.com. You can also go there to schedule an appointment, or you can just call me. My name is Drew. I'm at 585-771-0111. Would love to meet you in person, have you do a test drive, and yeah, hope this video is helpful. And by the way, if you've been watching this just for entertainment's sake or for car shopping purposes without the intentions to buy this specific one, we'd love to know that in the comments. And we'd also really appreciate a like on the video if you liked it, of course, only. And if you want to see more videos like this, just subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications, because that is the only thing this channel is used for, is walk around videos of our inventory. And every once in a while I kind of throw like review content in there and give my opinion, hopefully it's welcome, on some of the features and you know, specs of vehicles. So again, I'm Drew for Pella Cars. Really appreciate your time. Thank you. Bye.